would you all talk about the girls that you liked?
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Yes. The answer is yes. What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
And this is the Paul and Morgan Show. So today's video...
Questions girls are too afraid to ask guys. I feel like there are a bazillion questions out there that girls are too afraid to, ask guys.
Bring 'em on.
So I, on my Instagram, asked ladies, comment below, let me know a question you're too afraid to ask the dude, and I'll ask the dude for ya.
And I will represent all dudes. Obviously, dudes are different, but there are definitely commonalities. I'm doing my best here.
Oh dear. But first, before we get into this, make sure you subscribe. We make Christian videos on life, love, and dating to help you have hope.
And be free.
Guys, today's video is sponsored by Pray.com. We are so excited to be sponsored by them. Super cool app. The #1 app for prayer and Bible bedtime stories. With this app, you can grow your faith through prayer and biblical audio.
No matter where you are, you can hear the Bible come to life and listen to inspirational prayers.
Guys, during this time of just the craziness that we're going on, there are some really cool things like meditative prayers for people who are struggling with anxiety, people who are struggling with fear. This is such a cool app to download, especially with what we're going through right now. We can all support each other right now while many of us are being separated from our faith communities, can't go to church right now, can't gather in our Bible studies or small groups. And because of that separation, this prayer app is just super cool for that.
Open the camera on your phone, aim the camera at the flow code, and tap the banner that appears to download the Pray app today.
Thank you, Pray.com.
Thanks.
Welcome to my cozy corner, Paul. So glad that you joined us today.
Morgan, this is quite the setup you've got. So she put down the back seats in her car, threw some pillows and blankets. It's quite comfy.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the first question. I actually have no idea which question I'm going to choose.
Hit me with it. Hit me. Hit me.
Does a girl's height matter? Do you guys like tall girls?
All right, we're just going to get real honest here.
That's what we want.
I think that girls care more about a guy's height than a guy's care about a girl's height.
Yeah.
Typically.
Because girls don't necessarily want a guy shorter than them.
And so it puts guys in a little bit of a harder place. With guys, when guys were looking for a girl, like when I was dating, sure, maybe I would have preferred this certain thing, but then it wasn't something I was like, I gotta have this. I would see a really short girl and be like, oh wow, she's really cute.
A really tall girl, taller than you.
If the girl was significantly taller than me, I'd be like, wow,
Yeah. Yeah, Paul likes it when I wear high heels that make me as tall as him. He likes it, so. How are guys able to appear so calm when talking to girls?
The first thing that comes to my mind is that it's just kind of expected of a guy. It's like in the guy's DNA, we gotta be cool and calm when talking to the ladies. We can't look scared. We can't look like we're second guessing ourselves.
Yeah, you have to prove that you're man enough to date us. You're not this fearful guy.
So I don't know. It's just almost like a cultural thing, kind of. Cultural, societal thing.
Yeah, maybe that's a better word.
Yeah.
Do you ever not like the way we look in the morning?
Not a fair question. I forgot that this could actually get pretty...
Yeah, I can. Intense. Okay, I'll go ahead and answer this question for the guys, even though I'm not a guy. When Paul wakes up, he looks a little crazy sometimes, and it's cute to me though. But it's like, oh, he's so fluffy-headed.
Yeah.
But sometimes I am like, wow, he is looking rough.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised because there are times when I wake up and look in the mirror and think, whoa, I am looking rough. So it's okay if Paul thinks that as well.
But she is cute as a button.
That's right. All right. How do you expect me to be groomed down there on the wedding night?
Wow. All right. Okay, I'm just going to keep this really short and as least amount of awkwardness as possible. I think the majority of guys would prefer that it's not too crazy.
No woolly mammoths.
Okay. Just going to leave it at that.
Are guys shy to eat in front of girls?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say no.
Are girls shy to eat in front of guys?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
I remember like on all of my first dates with anyone I went on a date with, I literally barely touched my food, and like sometimes it took me like several dates to like be okay with eating in front of them. I don't know why.
You were down in that wild eggs waffle with the streusel stuff pretty easily on our second date.
That's true. It just means I felt so comfortable around you.
Oh, baby.
What is the first thing you notice about a girl?
All right, so we got in trouble last time.
So loud.
Whoa.
Right in my ear.
If you guys haven't seen it, I think our second biggest video to date with like over 400,000 views is when we got all the guys together and said like the first thing guys notice about girls. And we got in trouble with some that were like, love this video, but you guys were definitely too modest when you answered that question. Because you were talking about eyes and smile and whatnot. And those are things that we notice very quickly. But they were like, if you were being honest, here's what I'll say to go a little deeper. When it comes to certain attributes, let's just call them curves. Okay, for the sake of, curves are something that a guy will notice, but this is a tough one because for you girls watching this, you think, okay, so
I need
guys,
to show off my boobies.
Guys do notice curves, so that means I need to accentuate those more. No.
If a guy is a godly man, he might notice them, but he is not going to focus on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be like, okay, this is a blessing. But I'm not going to allow my eyes to focus on these things all the time. And honestly, it would help me as a dude for my girlfriend to make sure that she's not flaunting them a ton so that it doesn't tempt me.
Yeah, it can be right, it can be something that I can look forward to when we get married. But if she's flaunting them every time we go out, every time I see her, it is going to be difficult for a godly guy. And you might notice him putting some distance between you guys if you're doing that, because it can be a struggle.
Or him failing. The guys need to be responsible in where they allow their eyes to just stay, and the girls need to be responsible in honoring the guy.
And when you're in a relationship, you better have a connection beyond just the physical, because the physical connection is only going to take you so far. Spiritual connection, an emotional connection, a personality connection, those are really big.
All right, these are your all's questions, so you can't get mad. And Paul is just doing you the honor of answering them honestly as a dude.
Scared.
Do guys actually have deep conversations about like psychology, how many kids they'd like in the future, etc.?
We definitely have deep conversations, ladies. We're not airheads that only talk about sports. Okay, some do. Some only talk about sports.
Some do.
But I would say a well-rounded guy is going to be having deep conversations. But I definitely think our conversations when we're around the guys is different than a girl's conversation around the girls. Personally, when I'm with the guys, it's not, oh, so you guys, how many kids are you? Oh, my goodness. So what kind of house with the... Oh, really? Like, that stuff, not as much?
Right. But, like, Paul and Michael literally have so many deep conversations. Like, I get annoyed by how deep their conversations go sometimes. Because I'm just like, can we just talk about cheese? I don't care.
So the depth of conversations between females and males, I think it could definitely be comparable. But
yeah,
the topics.
Besides prayer, how can women be supportive of men struggling with porn?
If you look at the statistics, a lot of men struggle with pornography, and it's unfortunate. Pornography is a big deal, and as a female, it is not something to take lightly if you're dating someone and you know that they have a struggle with pornography. When it comes to maybe just like an overall, how can I help my Christian brothers? Check what you're posting to social media, because that's a big one. And then just when you're hanging out with your Christian brothers in public settings, like just, you can look pretty. Like we're all about, and especially like if you're wanting to get married, like nothing wrong with going out looking cute, looking pretty, but you know what kind of the difference is hopefully between looking pretty and looking sensual and so just be mindful of that. And if you're like, I actually don't know the difference, ask people that you trust, godly people you trust. But yeah, honestly, those are the two big ones that come to my mind.
How often do you think about sex? I literally asked Paul this question last night.
It has changed significantly now as a married man versus when I was single, because you hope that when a man is single, he's able to put that in kind of a box of, I'm waiting for this, so I'm not going to let it consume my thoughts. Would we think about it when we were single? Yes. Like, we're looking forward to it, the anticipation, but hopefully we're not giving in to doing stuff, pornography, premarital sex, all this other stuff. We're saying, like, no, I'm going to really control this.
Yeah.
But then when you get married, it's like, okay, you're able to have, you got your wife, you're able to have sex, but it's like, you hope that you and your wife can get on a pretty good, like, same page. Now that I'm married, I think about sex more than when I was single.
But how often?
I mean, it's definitely a daily thing.
Even on the days that, like, we're not gonna have sex, like, you still think about it.
It's not something I'm, like, just daydreaming about, but it's like, okay, that sounds nice to have. I wonder if my wife is up for it. Oh, she's not up for it. She's got other stuff going on. I have to wait till tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. When you notice a pretty girl that's not your girlfriend or wife, what are your thoughts in that moment?
That is actually a really interesting question. I feel like this is just such a spectrum of different guys' reactions. I will say, like, it is very likely that even as a married man, or maybe someone that's engaged or been dating for a while, a taken man, they still notice an attractive girl. Yeah. But I think a godly man will train himself to say, okay, attractive girl, move on. But it can pretty easily get to, that woman's attractive, I'm going to keep looking at her. Wow, she's like really attractive. The Bible says, like, don't covet your neighbor's wife. I think because God knew, like, that was going to be a big one. Because guys are visual, it's easy, the kind of the grass is greener analogy, I think. My wife's amazing, but that woman's really pretty, so I'm going to look a little longer than I need to. And I think it can pretty easily turn into coveting spirit or comparison, and then,
lusting.
Step beyond that is lusting and fixating on her and her attributes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's a slippery slope, and guys, like, that are watching this, I really admonish you, and I'm speaking this over myself too, let's be vigilant in this area and not allow for, like, oh, I'm just kind of doing this, like, this may not be great, but it's not that bad, I'm not doing this.
And for women, like, I can recognize that a guy is attractive, but then I move on. But it's the same exact thing for us women. Like, we can start seeing an attractive guy and then being like, oh, he's really attractive, and we can, like, even create, like, ideas in our mind of, like, in a weak spot with your husband or your boyfriend,
sure,
fiance, like, oh, he was a jerk to me today, wow, that guy's really attractive,
good point,
I bet he's super sweet, blah, blah, blah. Like, you start creating these things. And so for guys and girls, it's just, it's not you can't ever recognize that someone else is beautiful or attractive. Like, you can, and it would be dumb to say, like, no, that person's, I don't think they're cute.
Oh, attractive person, no.
Yeah, just be smart.
Be smart, and depending on maybe your past or past struggles, if you need to look a little weird for a while to really get a hold of this, meaning, like, I'm just not going to go to the pool, I'm not going to go wherever, because it's just going to be difficult for me, like, don't do that. I'm not going to be online, I'm not going to be on Instagram, because I really start getting wrapped up in this and comparing and lusting. Get off of there, Are
guys actually 100% okay with being just friends?
Are girls 100% okay?
Yeah, that's good.
No. I mean, it's like when you're in middle school or elementary school, maybe. Yeah. But, okay, like, just friends, best friends in high school and college, as you've said in previous videos, so oftentimes you're like, yeah, we're just friends, and then they express feelings for you.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a little naive most of the time. Can it happen? Sure. But that's risky waters to have that just totally friends, best friends, spend so much time together. One of the two parties oftentimes develops feelings for the other.
Why do they ghost us if everything seems to be going well?
Oh, okay, I'm about to have to deliver a sharp word. If they're ghosting you, everything probably is not going well.
Yeah. If a guy wants to talk to you, he's gonna talk to you.
The guy would forge 10 streams to find the girl that he is interested in.
Paul did climb a mountain for me. Like, literally climbed a mountain. I wasn't up on top of the mountain, but he was climbing it to talk to God.
Talk to God about our relationship.
Do guys cry when they are heartbroken?
Yeah. Well, trust me, guys feel it. Guys feel heartbreak, and it hurts. Like, I would say there may not be as many tears as girls, but guys are in anguish.
Do braids and hairstyles put them off? I've heard that boys like it better when you have your hair down. This guy is not the one to ask for that.
I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you want my answer.
He literally wants my hair down all day, every day, 24/7, 365, never up. Don't change it, just leave it like this.
Okay, well, you're giving the haters ammunition to say that I'm the worst husband ever.
But I'm not saying he doesn't let me do my hair, which, first of all, I like having my hair down as much as I possibly can, but like, yeah, when it gets dirty and I don't want to wash it yet, I'm gonna put it up, and it's not like he's like, take it down. So
I in particular really like hair that's down.
And I know several other guys who in particular just like hair down.
Ponytails, pigtails, braids can be cute, and they can be a cute variation, and some guys, I'm totally confident, love braids or love hair up in a ponytail or an updo. Like, so it's not like across the board, but
yeah, it just depends.
It depends, but I really like hair down.
All right, next question. Is it intimidating knowing you're called to be the leader of the relationship? Like, it is a lot of responsibility. Does that ever weigh heavy on you, of just like knowing that it's your responsibility to take this family to closer to Jesus, and like at the end of your life, like God is gonna bring you and me before him, and he's gonna be like, you were a good husband, or you were not the best leader, buddy. Like, is that scary? Does that frighten you? Does that terrify you?
There are certain elements in our relationship where I do feel kind of a heaviness of, man, I don't know if I'm really doing a great job. So yeah, I think that there can be some pressure.
If guys are such visual beings, how come they can never tell when something is different with their girl?
Is that something that girls really are frustrated about?
That is a very interesting question, because that's so true. Guys are so visual, yet you like chop your hair off sometimes and come out and the guys are like, you look cute.
I may have something here, but tell me this. Do you feel like I am like that?
No, I don't think that you miss stuff, really. Like today I put on mascara and he was like, oh, did you do something different with your eyes? And I was like, yeah, I put on mascara. And he's like, it looks good. But then there are times when I have done something different and you don't notice.
Well, what I was about to say is I think maybe there are certain things that guys really like and really notice. And so then when their lady switches up something that in their mind it's like, okay, this is a big deal, guys are still have their certain things.
Right. What do guys do at sleepovers?
Ah, great question. All right, let's see. When was the last sleepover? All right, let me put myself in like kind of the high school, college mindset. Video games and
poker.
And maybe poker, watching sports, go out and shoot basketball. So, yeah, I mean, it would just be more.
Nothing too good. Would you all talk about the girls that you liked?
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Cut out all that other stuff. Do we talk about the girls that we like? Yes. The answer is yes.
Have you ever had a situation where you and another guy like the same girl, and you're like both talking about her, and you're like, what are we gonna do about this? How would two guys handle that? Because two girls, I feel like, would just cry about it and like never talk to each other again.
Whoa, wow.
But two guys, I could see just being like, may the best man win, and afterwards we'll still be best friends.
Some guys are very emotional when it comes to that type of stuff, actually. Okay, maybe not most guys, but there were definitely.
I mean, you and your own brother dated the same girls.
Not often. Dated as in just went out, took her out. I do remember one time when, like, out of our pretty close guy friend, like 4 of us guys liked the same girl. And it was like, we would talk about it, and it was almost just kind of this underlying, whoever ends up getting her gets her. I remember literally like 3 of the 4 guys ended up going out with her in a period of, I don't know, X amount of time. And it was just like, all right. So guys, I know we just took on a lot of questions. Comment below what you guys think about those questions. Do you see things differently? How do you feel about that? I want to hear your thoughts. Let's keep the combo going.
Give this video a thumbs up if you appreciated Paul answering these very interesting questions.
I did my best, you guys. Come on, give me some grace. Give me some credit.
Guys, don't forget to check out pray.com, download the app, join today, take a picture of that flow code that we're going to pop up on the screen right now, and get started.
All right, guys, we had a lot of fun sitting back here in the car filming this video. Hope you guys are doing well. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll catch you again very soon. Have hope.
And be free.
Guys are in anguish. I got broken up with one time in particular, and it was like, this is horrible. And we had only dated a few weeks.